Hello, hello. That is so funny.
Oh,
I have been. Hello, how's everybody doing? What's happening? It's so funny. I've been running through the office. Candace.
we've been circling each other.
And as soon as I hit start the broadcast, she like steps into the scene like this.
And I'm here.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
When it matters, I'm here.
That's exactly right. So Jesse, what's up? How you doing? Manuel, what's up? How you guys doing?
Hope you guys are good today.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Where's my agenda?
You got to know what we're doing here.
Yeah, exactly. So share this video for a chance to win an ultimate buying and selling machine home study course, a $1,288 value.
Oh,
right?
What is that?
A $1,288 value. So yeah, share the video, and also if you're listening on iTunes, be sure and leave us a review. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much for doing that. And also, if you would like to get your free investors kit, which has a lot of cool training in it, Candace, what does it have?
It's got the HUD Homes Half Off book. It's got the real estate day trading book. Now, these are digital copies of these books, but the links are sent out to you. It also has different trainings for go over the model of Filthy Riches, of Ultimate Buying and Selling Machine. I think there's some stuff in there on asset protection, just different things like that. I can't really remember everything that we add into it all the time, but those are the biggest components of it. There may be some other little things in there as well.
Right. So they could call, you could call 877 Larry Go, or you could text the word brag, BRAG, to 803-897-6063. And Jerry just asked about something. We need to talk about that. I forgot to put that up. So about info on the Charlotte seminar.
The next Charlotte event is going to be October 25, 26, and 27. I have the venue secured. We don't give that out, though, until you are registered to come. Now, to get registered, you can call the office, 803-831-2858, or you can go to LarryGoinsLive.com, LarryGoinsLive.com. Now, seating for this event is limited, and the Charlotte events always sell out. So if you are looking to register for that, I would do it early because we do expect for it to sell out. We don't do hundreds of people at our events. We like to keep them on the smaller side, 80 to 100 people if we can, if not smaller, just so everybody has a chance to have their questions answered. Nobody leaves with questions or without an action plan or set of action steps to take with them. And that way we can just make sure we touch everybody. Some of those big, huge events, we don't want you guys to feel like sheep or like cows are being herded different places and everything like that. We want it to be informational and impactful and give Larry a chance to really be influential and feed into your lives. So it's a lot better for us if we keep them around that cap mark of 80 to 100 people, sometimes a little bit smaller. But that's what it is, LarryGoinsLive.com. or the office number, 803-831-2858.
There you go. That's awesome. And I really appreciate all you guys watching. I appreciate your comments. That's really cool. I love that. If you're not already following us, maybe if you found us because someone else shared this video, then you can follow us, facebook.com/Larry H. Goins. Larry H. Goins. Don't try to friend request me or friend me.
You will be deleted.
Well, it's not you'll be deleted. That's not it. The problem is Facebook only allows 5,000 friends, and I got 5,000 friends. I'm just kidding. What's funny is before my mom passed away a couple of years ago, she used to say, I can't even friend you. You have too many friends, right? So
you had to purge your list, didn't you?
I know.
To let her in.
I really
did.
That was sad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So also, we're actually looking for a few people to partner with on some deals. We have put together a partner program where I'm going to help you with at least your first 3 deals minimum, right? And I'm looking for people in different areas. You're gonna invest to work with me and to partner with me and to invest in some marketing. And I'm going to help you close. My goal is to help you close 3 deals in 90 days, right?
That's the goal.
That is the goal. So if you would like to apply for that, you can go to LarryGoins.com/apply, right? I also wanted to mention our share sponsor winner is Mary Sanders. I don't know, Mary, are you on here? She's all the way in LA, California. So Mary has been watching, and I've known her. I was at Mary's wedding years and years and years ago in the 80s, right? So I've known her for many, many, many years. Her son's a movie star out in California.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. So be sure and share this video for a chance to win. So all you got to do, Mary, is email customer service at LarryGoins.com for your free ultimate buying and selling machine.
Now, to the deal of the week.
Yeah.
What was your favorite?
Oh, my favorite one was the one that I had written in the show notes right here.
Which one is that?
The 2-bedroom house on 3.43 acres of land.
Oh, yeah,
with a large workshop.
Mm-hmm. Carport.
And, this guy literally, it's kind of funny. I always start thinking right before this show as to, what's going to be the deal of the week? What do we want to be the deal of the week, right? So this guy calls, right? And Kandas talks to him for like 5 minutes, and then he gets on the phone and she does a live transfer to me, right? And then I'm on the phone with this guy, and literally within about 15 minutes, I pull up the house, I take a look at it. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. It looks kind of like like a cabin type house. It's got a big front porch and stuff on it,
mm-hmm.
and it's cedar looking wood and stuff. So almost kind of like a log cabin. But it's on 3.43 acres, and it's got a huge workshop in the back. I mean, like you could use this for a garage or a body shop, right, or whatever, or a man cave. And then it has a carport on the side. She shed. Cheryl, nobody burn down your she shed. Right?
You got to throw those in there. There's not just man caves anymore, people.
I know, right? I'd never heard of she shed before that commercial.
Really?
I never had heard of it. So anyway, and check this out, 3.43 acres, and it has a pond. It has a pond in the back and a road that leads down to the pond. And check this out. I got this house under contract for, you ready for it? $43,500. And we're just going to wholesale it for $55,000. You think anybody would want a 2-bedroom house? The guy's living in it now. It's got 3.43 acres with a pond and a workshop.
It's just cosmetic. It's just cosmetic updates pretty much that need to be made for whoever wants to kind of make it their own, more or less.
You talked to him.
Yeah,
I talked to him first as well and got all the info. So in my opinion, that's the deal of the week. That's the one I chose. Did you have a different one you like?
No, that's the one I like. And more so because you've got so much land with it. You've got the pond there. There's so much that you could do. You could have animals. You could have livestock. I mean, that's what we would do with it. Stick a horse on there too. And have, the pond right there and everything. I think it's great.
Awesome. Now, there was another one that I thought about. Did I get that one under contract today or yesterday?
Which one?
What's the last one that you're sending out papers on? You're sending out papers on one I'm buying for 27 or something.
27.5.
Yeah, I don't even remember. They all run together after a while, guys. We got about 27 deals under contract yesterday.
Right now. Well, not yesterday, but
we have about 27 deals under contract right now.
Right.
So, and we try to get more under contract every single day. I'm like, I get down in the dumps if I don't,
buy a house. I know, it's ridiculous. But that one's in Hickory.
It is in Hickory?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. That's the house with the guy said he has 6 lots. He wanted $35,000. I offered him $27,500. It's a brick ranch house, 2,200 square feet. Got a full basement. Maybe it's next week. Okay.
Let's see if he signs the paper.
I'm sorry.
That one's out for. You guys know that we use a mobile notary. We buy the houses over the phone. We send out the mobile notary. So that one is out for signature right now. So maybe we'll be talking about that one next week. I don't see any reason why he wouldn't sign the paper.
That is awesome.
But
so Eileen wants to know, I hope I said that right, wants to know, how do I add to get notifications of our live broadcast? You need to follow Larry H. Goins, facebook.com/Larry H. Goins.
Mhm.
You need to follow us. And also, if you're on our email list, we send out an email the day of. I think you sent one out this morning, right?
Well, it goes out, typically they go out about 1 or 1:30. So that way it's close enough to the time that you don't have your day get in the way, and you're able to kind of make plans in the next 30 to 40 minutes to hop on there with us. So they usually go out between 1 and 1:30.
Right. Good. Eileen, I hope that helped answer your question. I wanted to, what's the name of the mobile notary service again? Joshua wants to know. The name of this service is NSS Notary. NSS as in National Signing Service Notary.com. And for $75, they'll go anywhere in the country and get your contract signed for you. And what I do is, when I'm on the phone with somebody, okay, what I do is I say, look, I've got somebody that's going to be in your area in a couple hours. Can I have them stop by?
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what I do. Right? We try to keep it pretty simple, right? All right, so let's talk about how to make money on title issues.
Now,
right?
here's something that Larry and I were just talking about this morning. So you guys know, if you don't yet, we have kind of downsized our office on the education side and on the investing side. And some of it's been intentional, some of it's been a natural progression,
Right.
but ultimately we're smaller than we used to be, but we're a lot more focused and we're a lot more intentional about things. So we were just talking this morning about the problems that we're facing now. And I reminded Larry that a few months ago, we were having issues with staff and just little small problems. That now seem small. At the time, they seemed pretty big. And I prayed at that time for bigger problems. I felt like we were at a point to where we shouldn't have to be worrying about those little petty things anymore. And so I prayed for bigger problems. So I think that ultimately title issues on, a couple properties when we've got 27 in the pipeline right now is definitely a bigger problem to have. So I'm glad that this topic is coming up because prayers aren't always answered in the way that you think they'll be, but at some point they are answered.
That's really true, Kandas. And Kandas brought that to my attention this morning, right here in the office. She came in and sat down and she said, well, about however long ago it was.
A few months ago.
Yeah,
probably
I
6
started
months ago
praying for bigger problems because our problems were, dealing with people and personalities and all that stuff and, just little stuff, right? So she started doing that. And we were in the process of simplifying our business. And the older I get, the simpler I want things to be, right?
Well, I'm not even as old as you, and I still want them simple.
Yeah, exactly. But the older you
business
get,
doesn't have to be this hard.
The older you get, the simpler you want things to be. There's no question about it, right? So we have simplified. We've downsized some things. She and I are more in the thick of the real estate side, which is really the part I enjoy. I love getting on the phone. I love negotiating deals. I like having real deals that we're really talking about, that we're really doing every single week, right? Every single week. So we're running into some title issues, right? And before it would just be, title company handle that, or the title company would say, well, you got title issues, you can't close on this. Oh, okay.
Just let it go.
Yeah. But because we're in the thick of things, we're learning what to do and how to do it
instead of saying
to make money on the deals, to make money on the deals. So I want to go over a few things here with you right now. Okay. I want to go over a few things right now. Right. So, first of all, one of the title issues you can run into is liens, right? A lien is any cloud on the title. It could be a mortgage, a deed of trust, depending on the state you're in. It could be a judgment, right? It could be like a code violation if it's attached to the property. It could be some sort of an assessment by the city. It's any kind of lien that's going to cloud the title, right? So that's one type of title issue, right? Like we had a deal just last week that that we're buying this property for 10 grand, okay? But there's $1,300,000 judgment.
It was ridiculous. When we got the call from the title company or from the attorney that this was an issue, it was almost unbelievable. Like, how could you have $1 million lien, 1.3 ultimately,
Right.
with fees and fines and things, $1.3 million lien on a $20,000 property that we were buying for 10? That made no sense at all. And we even have an in buyer lined up.
Yeah, we already had our buyer lined up. So I got to thinking about this, and I actually reached out to some friends of mine in one of the masterminds that we're a part of, and was asking them, what do you guys do in this situation? Well, first of all, I got to thinking about this. Think about this. This is a $10,000 house. Now, ultimately, it ended up where the lien wasn't even against this house. And that's a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother issue.
That's a whole nother story, because the title company or attorney came back and said, there's $1 million lien. It's from the seller's dad's first wife. So I go back to this 84-year-old guy and I say, there's $1 million judgment, and it was created because of your dad's first wife. And he's like, my dad was never married. I said, yeah, apparently he was. So I'm telling this 84-year-old guy that his dad was married before, he married his mom, right? And then he's got $1 million judgment. But at the same time, when I told him this, I said, look, the chances of this lender coming after you for $1 million judgment on a $10,000 house is slim to none, right?
Yeah, what are they going to get?
So I said, here's what I'll do. I'll give you $3,000 for the house, right? I'll just give you $3,000 for it because I'll never get clear title, right? So he said, okay. So come to find out, the Social Security numbers didn't match. The
had to call him again.
Yeah, I had to call him again. And I said, look, I have some good news. Guess what? The attorney made a mistake. They verified Social Security numbers. Your dad did not get married before he married your mom. She's like, oh, thank goodness.
It was awful.
It was sad is what it was.
Awful.
So I told him that, and I said, also, the good news is I could still pay you the $10,000 for the house, right? Even though I had already,
yeah, no, squarely somebody would have probably tried to just move on the $3,000. But you guys have got to maintain your integrity, and you've got to remain authentic. And with your sellers that you're working with and with your buyers that you're working with, that would have just been, for us to have moved on that property at $3,000 just because he agreed to it, it would not have been ethical at all. So you guys make sure that you're doing things ethically and you're remaining true to who you are. Hopefully that's not truly who you are. But yeah, there was no way we could move on the $3,000.
Make sure you do good, clean, honest, ethical business, right? That's very, very important. That's very, very important. So liens, right? Liens. If it's a huge lien, they're probably not going to come after a cheap house, right? So what you can do is you can go ahead and buy that house with the lien on it and then just keep it as a rental, especially if you're only paying $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $10,000 for it, right? Because you could get, I got friends that have bought a $50,000 house. They had it under contract for $50,000. When they found the liens, they ended up getting the house for $5,000. You just keep that as a rental, right? Do a filthy riches deal, but you can't sell it. You're going to probably do a lease or something, right? You wouldn't even do a lease option because if they ever exercised, you couldn't fulfill it. But the other thing that you want to think about, right, is various owners. That's other title issues. We run into a lot of property. I shouldn't say a lot. Out of the 27 or so we have right now, how many?
I'm going to tell you, it's enough to cause a headache.
Yeah, we have what, 2 or 3 right now
that have heir issues.
Yeah, heir,
It's 2.
HEIR issues, right? So, anyway, with different people involved, right? With different people involved, same sort of thing. Maybe I was talking to somebody yesterday, and one person died. They had 5 children. One of those children was dead, but they had 2 children. And then there's another one got married, but then they got divorced. And oh my gosh, it's giving me a headache going through all that, right? So what you can do in that kind of situation is, if you have one person that says, now all the brothers and sisters, everybody knows this is my house, right? They know it's, even though their name might be on it, they know it's my house. So go ahead and buy the house, right? Go ahead and buy the house if you want to, right? Now you're not going to pay much for it. You're going to get a deep, deep discount because you're only buying a percentage of the house, right? But then after you've owned it, or after you've occupied it, used it, paid the taxes on it, kept it up for so many years, and it's different amounts in different states.
Right.
I think it's up to 12
specific.
years. But after you've owned it so many years, you can claim adverse possession, right? You can get title by adverse possession. But if you've paid the taxes for those many years, and if you've kept the house up for those many years, you can now file a claim and get the deed to the property, wipe everybody else out by adverse possession. Now, the other thing you can do to help clear title is you can make a loan on the property and then foreclose on it, and foreclosure wipes a lot of stuff out, right? It wipes a lot of stuff out. That's very, very, very important. So, you can also, another thing you can do is, if there's a question as to who owns the property, maybe the heirs can't be found. Like one lady I was talking to yesterday, finally Kandas came in and she's like, what are you doing? Get off the phone. You're wasting your time.
So here's what happens is he gets it in his head that this is not going to beat him. And typically that is a good thing, right? Especially if we're dealing with an issue that when we before had other acquisition managers, Larry was able to structure deals that they weren't able to, just for the simple fact he's not willing to relent until he's exhausted all options. Now, I listened to him on the phone with this lady for about half an hour before I came in here, and he had tried to explain to her the best ways that she could go about getting this property, because she had been paying the taxes for a number of years. Nobody has been helping her with that. She doesn't even talk to those other people that are on the title or heired to the property, and she was not understanding him. So there's a point that comes when your voice is not getting through to somebody, and they're going to continue to do what they're going to do, and it's not going to matter what you're saying. And so that's where I saw that going, and I knew he had other leads that he could call. And so my best course of action at that time was just to remind him, just cut this off. It's not going anywhere. Let's move on.
I think the thing that really brought her to come in here was when I was getting the names of all the 5 different heirs, the stepkids and all that. And she said, well, now this one guy, Vincent, the last address I have for him was such and such correctional facility. And last I heard, he had gotten out of prison and he was in Texas, right? So.
And here's the thing that y'all may know or may not know about Larry is he hates arts and crafts. And when it comes to paperwork and tracking this stuff down and all of that stuff, that's going to get passed off to me, right? That's going to get handed off.
Typically.
Because he doesn't like arts and crafts. So I also have to think about my time as well with, am I going to be able to track all these people down? How is that going to impact everything else that I'm doing? And is this really something that we need to be doing when we could go ahead and buy another property and just be done with it?
To give you an idea of how much I hate arts and crafts, I was mailing a check today, right? It was for like one of my kids'
sad.
ESA. I was mailing a check out, right, to do a deal in my son's ESA. I got the check. I got everything. I got the envelope. I filled it up because I didn't want to bother her because this is my ESA, Education Savings Account. So I did all this, and then I sealed up the envelope. I took it out to the front door, and I put it in the outgoing mail slot. And I came back in here, and the check is still laying on my desk. I sealed up an empty envelope, and I come out of my room, I do have a little freedom. I can come out of my room. I came out of my office. Like, I can't believe this. And now you're not supposed to be able to get that mail after you put it in the outbox, right? But Kandas knows our mail lady. So she put a big sign on it. Don't take the outgoing mail without seeing me. And Kandas said, just give me the check. I'm going to take care of it, right? So my check has now gone out for my ESA. That was today.
Hates arts and crafts. Hates arts and crafts. Anything that has to do with paper unless it's a paper lead. He just wants to have nothing to do with it.
That's exactly right. So guys, if you have title issues, whether it's a lien, a judgment, a code violation, whether it's a mortgage, whether it is, heirs on the property, time will cure a lot of this, right? Like adverse possession. Go ahead and buy the property if you can get it at a percentage of what you were going to pay, right? If you can get it for a percentage of what you were going to pay, right? Then go ahead and close on it, keep the property, and have your attorney work on the title issues while you own the property and you're collecting rent, right? So there are ways to make money with title issues, and that's very, very important. So if you get a property with title issues, if you want to just pass it on, send it to me. I'll buy it, okay? If it's the right price. Maybe if it's the right price, right? So we do have an event coming up in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's our 3-day event. It's not really, I wouldn't even call it a seminar because it's 3 days of intense training taught by me. Seminars. There's 3 people, me, myself, and I are teaching all 3 days. You can go to LarryGoinsLive.com. We're going to go over wholesaling, seller financing, lease options, negotiating, every way to market for a property, every way to close on a property, every way to fund a deal with none of your own credit. We're going to go over asset protection, entity structuring, tax planning. We're going to go over how to hire a VA, how to recruit, train, motivate, and manage a VA, how to automate your business, direct mail. We're going to go over all of this stuff. And we do have some seats left, okay? But it will sell out. It will sell out. I say sell out. You're going to pay a $97 seat reservation. And that's all you're going to pay, a $97 seat reservation, and you're going to get that back. I have over 600 PowerPoint slides that I'm going to go through over 3 full days. And our events are always Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that way we can all be home on Sunday, okay? So our events are always Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? So check that out if you want. And please be sure and share this video. Be sure and share this video. If you are listening on iTunes, please go and leave us some feedback, leave a comment or something. We really, really do appreciate that. We thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to get your free investors kit. Right, Kandas?
Right. Yep. 877-LARRY-GO, which is 877-527-7946. Or you can text the word BRAG to 803-897-6063.
Awesome. Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next Wednesday at 2 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks a lot. See you guys. Bye-bye.